To be an energy investor means to think about climate change and the energy transition. We think natural gas is a big part of any solution to curb greenhouse gas emissions, but there's a lot of interesting research and development going on as well. A few weeks ago, my wife and I attended a wedding. It was literally across the street from us, so I was already in a good mood because I didn't have to worry about driving home. There I met Steve Turner, who's from Australia. Now, I don't think I've ever met an Aussie that I wouldn't be happy to spend a couple of hours with over a beer or two. Steve was no exception. He told me about his company called SeaForest. They're in Tasmania, a large island off the south coast of Australia. SeaForest grows seaweed, a special kind of seaweed. It's called Asparagopsis, and one of its properties is that it pretty much eliminates methane from the digestion of cows and sheep. You're probably wondering why you should care about this. Well, cows and sheep emit a lot of methane by burping and, well, also from the other end. The numbers are staggering. The United Nations estimates that global livestock is responsible for over 14% of greenhouse gas emissions. This is more than all the world's manufacturing. SeaForest believes they have a seaweed-based food additive that when added to an animal's diet will alter how their digestion works to pretty much eliminate the methane they emit. Here's Sam Elsom, the SeaForest CEO, explaining.
So this is like essentially what the cattle would eat. It's just a handful a day. The consequences of growing this seaweed that captures CO2, that creates an environmental benefit, and then feeding it to cattle, eliminating the second biggest contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, just held enormous potential. So there's a huge use for a native seaweed that can drive the development of an environmentally positive industry in our country.
Now, we're not invested in SeaForest, and I have no affiliation with them. I'm not a scientist, but it would be a big win for the planet if what SeaForest is working on reaches commercial scale. Too many people think the only solution to increasing emissions is to cover the planet with solar panels and windmills. They have their place, but they depend on the weather, so can't be relied upon. They only generate power 20 to 30% of the time because it's not always sunny and windy, and they take up a lot of room. We need to use more natural gas instead of coal. We need to use more nuclear energy. And we need innovation from companies like SeaForest and many others. If the world reduces CO2 emissions, it'll be in part because of innovative approaches like the one that's being pursued by SeaForest. If you're interested in learning more about the energy sector and interest rates, then don't forget to subscribe and follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. Our handles are in the description box below. To find out more about what we're thinking, you can sign up for our twice-weekly blog at sl-advisors.com. We always love to hear from you, so if you have any comments or blog ideas, please leave them down below. I'm Simon Lack. Thank you for watching this video.